Welcome back, everybody. 9:26. This is CTV Morning Live. It's Ask the Expert with Doyle and Salewski. Paul Salewski is here to answer your questions. All you have to do is give us a phone call, 613-789-6559, extension 2803. Facebook, CTV Ottawa Morning Live, or ottawa.morning@ctv.ca for your email questions. A lot of questions about finances can be answered in a book that you like to talk about.
That's right. It's called The Copper Jar System. It's a book we like to give out to some of our clients. Basically, it's a good common sense approach to budgeting and cash and financial management. Matter of fact, I brought some copies for the callers today.
Yeah?
Yep.
So if people want a copy and they get on the air with us, they can have one of those.
That's right.
Simple as that.
That's right.
This is a great book to have. Something in print, I think, makes a difference to people, does it not?
Well, you can read
Something you can reference?
You can read it, go back to it, and something you don't understand, you can sort of mull it over and go back and make sure you pick up the finer points and that kind of stuff.
Right. But it has all kinds of great information.
Great information. Very easy to read. Yeah. Very common sense.
It tells you how to map things out, how to budget,
right.
how to do things the right way, so you don't get yourself into any problems.
That's the plan. That's right.
All right. We got our first caller on the line right now. Karen is on the telephone. Morning, Karen. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you guys?
Very good. Thank you. What's your question today?
I'm currently a student who's receiving OSAP, and I have debts from other sections of my life, and I'm wondering if it's possible to continue receiving OSAP while either applying for a bankruptcy or a consumer proposal.
That's a good question, because a lot of people with student loans to deal with and that sort of thing can experience financial difficulty. And what happens in those situations?
Well, first off, generally speaking, if you have student loan debt that's, and you've been out of school less than 7 years, if you apply for bankruptcy or make a proposal, that debt would survive that process. So you'd have to make arrangements to continue paying that. Obviously, you've been out of school past the 7 years. That's a debt that would be eliminated in bankruptcy. There are some special provisions for hardship cases where someone's less than 7 years, where they can get permission to eliminate that debt. Now, in your situation, Karen, the fact that you would file an assignment of bankruptcy wouldn't affect your ability to attract OHIP. Your debt will still have to be paid. It's not going to be part of your bankruptcy anyway.
Oh, is that right?
That's right.
So the student loan process separate from any bankruptcy she might...
For her situation, because she's been, well, she's still in school, so...
Right. So they're separated.
That's right. Because whether she filed for bankruptcy or not, because of the less than 7 year rule, she'd have to pay it anyway.
Right.
That's right.
This is a problem that a lot of young people find themselves in, especially these days, Paul. We've touched on this before. Yeah. But the opportunity to get in financial difficulty is sitting right in front of the faces of young university students, especially.
Well,
right?
Sure. Well, first off, some kids go to school and go to university when perhaps they shouldn't have. But our system is designed that you go to university, and that's fine. Then you rack up $10,000 or $20,000 or $30,000 of debt. Same time, you go to campus, you're inundated with all the credit card companies offering you credit cards because you're a student. You're going to make big bucks someday, and all of a sudden you find yourself with a card you necessarily didn't want. You're a student. 9 times out of 10, you're not working with a lot of money, and then you find yourself in a debt situation.
Yeah. You have to be aware of these people because they're waiting for you to arrive in September, right?
Well, sure, and you're a good candidate because you're there. The whole theory of going to school is to better yourself and eventually make more money in a job or a profession, right?
Yeah. It seems almost too easy to acquire a credit card, even though you're not making any money.
Well, that's right. Well, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Credit cards, I think the theory is more cards that are out there, the more money they've got in the process. Credit card companies have about a 3% failure rate. So 3% is just tacked on to your 17, 18% interest anyway.
Right. Something
like 65% of people pay their credit cards off within the month. So the defaults they have are refinanced by that 3 or 4% of people who don't pay.
Right.
So they're happy to give out cards.
Yeah.
Why not?
People should be really be aware of getting multiple credit cards.
Well, absolutely. All those things, multiple credit cards, even making applications for credit, are all things that affect the credit rating, which may have impact you on the future. Really, you don't need more than one card. If you have more than one card, typically what happens, you fill that one up, and you start to use the other one that you got that you didn't really want to use, and all of a sudden it's a spiral.
Yeah.
And
you're using robbing Peter to pay Paul, as they say.
Well, I was talking to you before about situations where we've had people come to us and they've got $50,000 of credit card debt, and they don't think it's that bad, and we talk about it and say, well, how much do you pay on these cards? Well, I pay about $400 or $500 a month. Well, geez, that's $600, that's $6,000 a year. Well, 20%, that $50,000 costing you 10. You're already $4,000 behind the 8 ball each and every year before.
You're not even paying off interest.
That's right. So credit cards are good if they're used properly.
Yeah, exactly.
And that has to be tied into a budget plan and a financial plan.
In that.
So what we'll do. Yeah.
We'll take a quick break, but there's more to come here on Ask the Expert with Doyle and Salewski. And another chance for you to call and ask a question, 613-789-6559, extension 2803. Facebook at CTV Ottawa Morning Live, or email us ottawa.morning@ctv.ca. We'll be back more with Doyle and Salewski and Ask the Expert after this.